I was watching Worst Cooks, and they're like, no, you never do that. And I was like, oh, well, that explains a whole lot. Thank you, Midnight Wolves, for adding that for me. Like I said, we do a lot of pre-processing. We do a lot of, we're freezing our meats, things like that. And it saves us money when we buy whole chickens or whole big packages and break it down ourselves. And in this economy right now, that's kind of a big deal. Okay, so I'm getting my meat going, and this is not necessary to add for everybody. I like to add veggies and spice things up to my own taste. I have to sneak them in on my family. My family doesn't eat their veggies. So I'm adding some diced up red onions. And like I said, I'm also feeding a horde of people here. We have 7 people in our household. Yes, Arcane, you eat your veggies. I am not going to call out the ones who don't eat their veggies. I'm trying to be polite. So, another one that is not necessary, but again, it adds bulk, it adds flavor, it's a fun one for me, is I buy the big packages of the small sweet peppers, and I chop them up and freeze them, and I add about, so that was about 1/4 cup of chopped onion, and this is about probably a full cup of the chopped sweet peppers. One of the ones that may or may not be here, but they've been better about it. The others are not here. What I'm not adding to this is mushrooms, and that's because I have a very sensory sensitive foodie in the house that cannot eat mushrooms. I love them. I will probably cook some up on the side and have them for anybody else who does want them. The other thing that I'm going to add, and this is one of the important ingredients, is I have here some chopped spinach. You can do frozen, you can do fresh, it doesn't really matter. Because mine's frozen, I'm adding it now so that it can start warming up, coming to temperature with the rest of everything. And the chopped spinach, I don't know, there's just something about it that just really, it adds to this dish, and I don't think you should be without it. Mushrooms have grown on you personally. Yes, they have. You've really grown a lot, actually, in the last few years. This is only about 1/2 cup, maybe 1/3 cup of, I think it's about 1/3 cup of the spinach. You could add a lot more to taste, really. In fact, I think I'm going to disappear off screen for a second, and I'm going to grab a little bit more, because personally, I think I like double that amount in mine. That would be a really good amount if you were doing just a package of noodles. Also, for a family of 4, if you're on a tight budget and you're trying to save a little bit, you could use half the amount of meat. I used a full pound of the ground pork in here. And you could go with less than that if you needed to save money and cut some corners, and then you could fill in the rest with salad or what have you. I'm not running off to get the spinach just yet because I'm getting ready to take the pasta off of the stove here.